CTV News with Sarah Freemark.
This charred building is just one of 2 spots set ablaze that has police now searching for suspects. Thank you for joining us. A trio allegedly sparked trouble in Lefroy over the weekend as fires and an explosion broke out at 2 separate sites, and police now say the incidents involve suspected arson. CTV's Rob Cooper reports.
So Simcoe police are looking for these 3 people seen walking around Lefroy Saturday evening with a gas canister after 2 separate fires.
So when you have people walking out in the street brazenly, such as these individuals, carrying gas cans without any care in the world, really, that's concerning for the community.
The first was reported in this former fire hall. It was significantly damaged. The fire catching everyone's attention nearby. Dave Perry lives across the street.
Saw a flash out of the corner of my eye because I was watching my computer, and I was looking, and I started seeing lights around the old fire hall.
Those lights turned out to be the fire. Police say things escalated shortly after crews showed up.
While they were on scene here, they heard an additional explosion right behind us here at the Morgan Russell Memorial Arena, and were drawn over to this area where they had found additional evidence of another fire that had been set.
Several homes equipped with video surveillance captured the trio walking through the neighborhood with the gas can. In fact, police say many of the cameras caught a good look of the suspects, including the one at the hockey arena.
We've received a lot of tips, a lot of videos. The town of Innisfil has been a great help with their video footage as well. So at this point, we're comfortable saying that there's 3 suspects involved.
Now, police are hoping someone recognizes one of the people in those pictures and comes forward. Police are also asking people who have video surveillance in the area to check their recordings. Rob Cooper, CTV News, Lefroy.
Barrie police took 10 impaired drivers off the roads this past weekend during ride checks and routine patrols. This included a 23-year-old arrested on Collier Street after being flagged by an alert driver, and a 37-year-old was stopped on Dunlop Street West for erratic driving. They resisted arrest and are now facing multiple charges. With the holidays approaching, police remind everyone to plan ahead and use taxis, ride shares, or public transit to stay safe. Provincial police are investigating after 2 suspects allegedly stole $3,000 worth of whiskey from a new Tecumseh store. Surveillance video shows these men grabbing bottles and hiding them in bags. They're described as 30 to 40 years old, medium build with beards, last seen in black jackets and running shoes. A man at the center of 2 October robberies has been nabbed by Barrie police. This was the site of one of the incidents where he allegedly entered this store, pulled out a knife and demanded cash. Investigators used traffic cameras and license plate readers to identify a suspected vehicle, leading to the arrest of a 40-year-old Barrie man. He now faces multiple charges. And a full circle moment from a story that we brought you last week. The stolen holiday decor that was taken from the waterfront has been returned to the Barrie Rotary Club. However, the glowing bears display has been significantly damaged and will undergo repairs, with plans to be back in place by this weekend. As the country and our region continues to deal with a housing shortage, a Midland-based company is working to remedy the problem. CTV's Luke Samard explains.
From wood panels to aluminum panels, Triumph Group of companies will soon have a manufacturing plant dedicated to prefab housing, a potential solution to increase volume when it comes to building homes.
Really will speeds up and provides an opportunity to increase the volume of construction, which is what is needed now to cover that housing gap that we have right now.
The building process could see homes being built almost 4 times faster than current production rates.
Building a home on site would take about a month to put together and to frame and clad and install windows and all of that. Doing it the way we do it, it takes about a week, 4 to 5 days actually.
Once at full speed, the plant could see 1,500 linear feet of panels made per day, nearly 5 CFL fields.
Our max wall panel size is 20 foot wide by 12 foot tall, and that equates to about 600 panels a day. About 3 1,700 square foot homes.
The facility will be semi-automated, allowing potential customers the flexibility to design their own homes.
We could do a tiny house or we could do a 20,000 square foot home. It's all broken into pieces, like Lego sort of thing, and then put together on site very fast. And that gives extreme flexibility to the end user.
Ribeiro and the rest of his team are taking a special pre-built product to the building show in Toronto on December 3rd to 5th to showcase what they hope is the future of how homes are built. Triumph has taken over the former Pillsbury plant along with 100,000 square feet of manufacturing space, a new business welcomed by Midland Mayor Bill Gordon.
Manufacturing is a rich history in our community, and it's great to see the former Pillsbury plant getting a new lease on life, especially with something that's connected to the housing industry and the critical shortage of housing.
Triumph says it will be hosting a career fair in February with the goal of having homes come off the line in March. Luke Simard, CTV News, Midland.
Casey Colby, good evening to you. Of course, the sun has set by now, but what a beautifully bright day it was.
What a beautiful bright hat I have on, too.
Can't miss that.
Let's talk about first weather and dive right into it. Yeah, it was a beautiful day, wasn't it? Is there more on the way as far as beautiful days? It depends how you define beautiful days. Let's get into it. Here we go. First look at the forecast brought to you by Presler Injury Law. Call 1-800-JUSTICE. 6 degrees out here as we speak. Yeah, the sun went down. It's cooling down a little bit. It'll become a little cooler this evening. Winds are out of the south, 13 kilometers an hour. The gust size about 20-25. This is a look at the temperature outside your door as we speak. Thank you very much, Environment Canada. 7 degrees in Owen Sound, beautiful Owen Sound. 4 degrees in Mount Forest, 6 in Toronto, 6 in Alliston, 5 up Parry Soundway, and 5 degrees it looks like in Gravenhurst this hour. This is a look at the radar satellite images, and okay, there's cloud cover, and there is a little mist, so to speak, in some areas, a little drizzle, but not much. However, Tara, I'm wearing the hat for good reason. Things are cooling down in a big way, and coming up in just a few minutes' time, I'll look to the north, and I'll give you an update what's heading south. All that in a few minutes' time. Back inside.
That's one way to start the week. We'll see Casey a little later in the newscast, but one of Canada's most wanted fugitives has been arrested. 24-year-old Nicholas Singh was caught by Toronto police on Friday after being on the run since May. Officers also seized a gun and ammunition. Singh was number 15 on the Be on the Lookout program's top 25 most wanted list that was released in October. He was serving a sentence of just under 5.5 years for robbery and firearms-related offenses when he went on the run. A local financial advisor was called before a regulatory body after pleading guilty to defrauding clients out of millions of dollars. CTV's Mike Arcelidis has those details.
Convicted in criminal court of investment fraud totaling about $1.8 million, Aurelia area financial advisor Kevin Dowse was nowhere to be found for his regulatory hearing today. The Canadian investment regulatory organization known as CIRO holding the hearing under the mutual fund dealer rules. Concerning allegations, Dowse misappropriated or otherwise failed to account for monies that he obtained from clients and other individuals, and failed to cooperate with an investigation by CIRO staff into his conduct. In its opening address, the prosecution laid out how Dowse misappropriated hundreds of thousands of dollars from at least 7 clients over several years by forging documents and signatures, taking money meant for retirement investments and tax-free savings accounts, and depositing the money into his personal bank accounts to pay his bills and other clients. Dowse, who is 41, pleaded guilty in September to defrauding 25 clients, many of whom were longtime friends and loved ones, out of nearly $2 million between 2016 and 2023. The CIRO panel heard Dowse ask clients to personally write him checks worth tens of thousands of dollars. He'd then deposit the funds into his bank accounts and use the money for himself without their knowledge. An investigator told the panel Dowse worked for an investment company known as Quadris. Testifying, the company, which conducted its own investigation, said Dowse fabricated documents, providing fake statements to fool clients who thought their money had been invested. The hearing has a standard of proof on a balance of probabilities, meaning the prosecution must prove Dowse is more likely guilty of the allegations than not. The hybrid hearing, held in person in Toronto and over video conference, is scheduled to continue through the end of the week. Mike Arcelidis, CTV News, Aurelia.
MPPs have passed Bill 60, the Ford government's controversial housing legislation. A major demonstration against the bill was held this weekend, with people marching to Queen's Park to demand the government withdraw the legislation. Critics warn the bill strips tenants of important protections, removes mandatory compensation when units are taken back, and could drive up homelessness here in Ontario. More than 100 organizations, including the Barrie Food Bank, have signed an open letter calling out the government's plan. The province has announced a new bill aimed at tightening bail rules, requiring defendants to pay cash security deposits before release.
We're coming forward again with bold, innovative, and practical solutions to enhance our public safety. And the reason is obvious. Our government has never stopped in believing that our inherent right to live safely in our own homes and communities is the guiding principle that drives our actions every day to protect Ontario.
In a statement today, officials say the measure will boost bail compliance and keep repeat offenders behind bars. The legislation is expected to be tabled tomorrow. The Prime Minister is back in Canada after attending the G20 in South Africa. His departure following news that Ottawa has launched new trade talks with India. The Prime Minister met with President Narendra Modi in Johannesburg to begin negotiations on an economic partnership that he says could more than double bilateral trade to $70 billion. The talks come after years of tension between the two countries over allegations that India was linked to criminal activity here in Canada, claims that the country rejects. Canada's top military strategists have floated the idea of creating a volunteer force to help defend the country from both man-made and natural disasters. CTV's Judy Trin has more on what the possible plan would entail.
Facing rising threats from climate change and competing states testing Canada's sovereignty, military strategists want the federal government to create a volunteer defense corps made up of 300,000 citizens.
When we're thinking about the number of events and domestic operations we've had in terms of fighting forest fires and so on. So this is all part of our transformation effort, and all Canadians will be, of course, voluntarily invited to serve.
The document, drafted by the Strategic Joint Staff, says the force would have less restrictive age limits and lower physical standards and fitness requirements. The plan hasn't been approved by the government, but the Defense Minister supports the idea.
The notion of having a civil force or civil group of Canadians who are ready, willing, and able to serve their country is something that has been talked about for years in Canada. It's something that our allies are doing and pursuing very, very actively.
In countries like Sweden and Finland, hundreds of thousands of citizens are trained to operate bomb shelters and respond to natural disasters. Under Canada's plan, the volunteers would get 5 days of training each year to learn how to shoot a gun, drive a truck, and operate a drone. They would not be paid.
It's no surprise that the Department of National Defence and Canadian Armed Forces would look to many sources to recruit people from, including people who are already dedicated to public service. They may be federal, they may be provincial, they may be municipal, they may be in business, they may be in the banking sector, they may be on Bay Street.
But the number of volunteer recruits may be too ambitious when the Canadian military is still dealing with a shortage of 15,000 soldiers.
McGuinty says he's confident the $82 billion the federal government earmarked for defense in this year's budget will lead to more interest in the military and more recruits. Judy Trin, CTV News, Toronto.
A COVID-19 outbreak has been declared at South Muskoka Memorial Hospital, prompting new protocols and visitation rules. The unit and the north wing of the Bracebridge site is now under a respiratory outbreak designation, meaning only one caregiver is allowed per patient, and masks are now mandatory. This comes as health officials report a rapid spike in respiratory viruses, COVID-19 and flu cases. Nearly 6 billion Canadians are now covered by the Canada Dental Care Plan, according to Health Minister Marjorie Michel, as she announces more than $35 million in new funding.
Today, we also announced that 30 projects across Canada have been approved under the Oral Health Access Fund. These projects will improve training for dental students and strengthen efforts to improve access to care.
More than 27,000 dentists are participating With eligible Canadians expected to save around $800 per year, and this new funding will help to expand access to the program by removing barriers. A powerful moment in Orillia today as the Wrapped in Courage flag rose above the Opera House, marking the start of 16 days of activism and against gender-based violence.
Greenhaven has been providing safety, shelter and hope for women and children escaping violence for over 34 years.
Greenhaven Shelter for Women led the ceremony honoring Women Abuse Prevention Month and the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. With femicides on the rise, including 2 cases close to home, today's flag raising stood as a bold symbol of support for survivors and a call to action for the community.
I think regrettably we've heard that the statistics are climbing, that there are more and more women being served. I think we need to make every day a day for elimination of violence against women.
Greenhaven is definitely seeing an increase. We've seen an increase, a 76% increase over the past 3 years in shelter. Our cases are a lot more complex. Women aren't just fleeing homes, they are also fleeing encampments.
These 16 days, running through December 10th, aim to spark awareness and inspire change. Portland Trailblazers coach Chauncey Billups has pleaded not guilty to charges of profiting from rigged poker games linked to the mafia. 5-time All-Star Chauncey Billups was arraigned in New York federal court on money laundering and wire fraud charges. He is the most prominent of more than 30 people charged in a federal crackdown on illegal sports-related gambling. A new survey from the Canadian International Auto Show finds most Canadians oppose phasing out new gas-powered cars. 68% of respondents reject the federal target for 100% zero-emission vehicle sales by 2035. Nearly half say their next car will likely be gas-powered, while only 10% plan to buy an EV as the government considers changes to the mandate. And Orillia is making transit more affordable come the new year. Starting on January 1st, a 15-month pilot program will launch, dropping standard fares to $2. The cost of a 30-day pass will also be cheaper, going for $30. These deals also apply to specialized transit services. The pilot runs through March 31st of 2027, with current fares remaining until the end of 2025. It is a new era for professional baseball here in Simcoe County. Today, the Inter-County Baseball League, which includes the Barrie Bay Cats, has been rebranded to the Canadian Baseball League. CTV's Mike Lang has more on what this means for fans on and off the field.
For the first time in more than a century, the Inter-County Baseball League has a new name, becoming the Canadian Baseball League on Monday, a fully professional league.
We're very excited. You know, it's something that probably could have been done some time ago based on the talents in this league, but we've taken our time to make sure it happens when we're well planned for it, and we're confident that it's the right time now.
Monday's announcement comes after the league reported a record attendance of nearly 250,000 fans this past summer. On the field, 64 players with either major league or minor league experience suited up, including Frank Garces and Willie Garcia on the Barrie Bay Cats, as well as All-Star and World Series champion Fernando Rodney and Liam Hicks, who played in 119 games for the Miami Marlins this past summer.
The biggest change is that it's going to provide a lot of clarity for people that we're Canada's best baseball league, and the name will reflect that as well.
Changes in 2026 include going from a 42-game to a 48-game regular season, only 5 teams qualifying for the playoffs, and NCAA players losing eligibility.
We're expanding the footprint of baseball in the country, but it also means that you can watch Canadian baseball in other countries, and it's really going to put us on the map.
While Baycats president, GM, and manager Josh Matlow says losing the ability to call up NCAA players could pose a roster-building challenge, he highlighted the increased opportunities that will be available for Canadian baseball players.
A lot of the kids that are growing up now may never get a chance to play professional baseball or get drafted, now have an opportunity to play in their backyards.
And all CBL games will continue to be live streamed on YouTube and other platforms. Now, the commissioner also hinted that the league could add a 10th team by 2027 and possibly look into further expansion both within and outside of Ontario in the following years. Reporting live, I'm Mike Lang. Sarah, I'll send it back to you.
Very interesting. Thanks, Mike. Now, still plenty to come here on CTV, including your weekend roundup from Innisfil, where the town lit up like a holiday movie set for the annual Santa Claus Parade, To the moment that many have been waiting for the annual lighting of the tree in Orillia, and this year, pure excitement surrounded Fred 2.0. There it is. Details coming up next. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. It was a festive weekend in the Sunshine City as hundreds of people flocked to the downtown core to take part in the annual candlelight parade and tree lighting ceremony. For the parade on Friday, it was led by the Orillia Fire Service, and kids carried electric candles on their walk to the Opera House, home of the new Christmas tree lovingly dubbed Fred 2.0. And this year, there were no worries about whether it would shine bright.
We've pressure tested the tree and it works just fine. We salute Fred, who served us for almost 50 years as a wonderful Christmas tree, and we've got a replacement that's doing equally well.
Tomorrow night, we've also got the Santa Claus Parade put on by the Chamber of Commerce. And there's a whole bunch of there's concerts going on. Like, it's a huge weekend for Orillia. And we're blessed here in downtown to be able to host all of this stuff.
That, of course, was on Friday, so Santa Claus Parade followed on Saturday. Now, where thousands lined the streets with eyes glistening as brightly lit up floats passed by, it featured inflatables and other themed decorations. Aside from the sights and sounds, those who were bundled up to stand by and wave to Santa were also treated to candy canes, hot chocolate, and other holiday sweets. Now, from one parade to the next, it was a busy weekend for Santa. He was also in Innisfil as the annual parade brought full-on Tinseltown magic to the streets.
We probably have about 20 volunteers, around 60 floats this year. It's one of our bigger events, and it brings out the whole community, which is the most exciting part.
Our big thing is always helping out, helping out, helping out.
It's wonderful. I want to give a big shout out to Innisfil Community Events Corporation. They've been doing this for as long as I can remember. All the volunteers who put this on, it's incredible.
It feels good to be a part of it, and it feels good to give candy canes away.
Santa's coming to town! So many nice people here in Innisfil, and I've been coming out down here for years now doing other events, and just happy. Great people, a lot of fun.
Merry Christmas!
There's a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety in the world. It's time for family and friends. I hope everybody really gets to sit down and enjoy the holiday season.
I just hope everyone is safe and full of peace and joy.
At the end of the day, the best float was awarded with a donation to make to their favorite charity. Now, if you're looking for a way to spot Santa yourself, you can go to our webpage, ctvnews.ca/Barrie, for a full list of all these Santa parades happening across our region, running right up until December 12th. From Alliston to Bracebridge, Huntsville to Newmarket, you'll find 29 parades with dates and times so you can pick the perfect parade near you. And today marks 1 week of the 2025 CTV Toy Mountain campaign, and we can't build this mountain of magic without you, our amazing viewers, and the big-hearted local toy companies that have been helping us stack it high. This was the scene at Simcoe Muskoka Family Connections in Barrie as Spin Master rolled in with a massive holiday surprise, $25,000 worth of toys, all destined for local families this Christmas.
Spin Master has been a great donor for us for many years now. We always are waiting for this first shipment. It comes with so many boxes and a variety of toys that we're looking for. So today we've received 5 skits, so I'm not sure how many boxes. Some are bigger, some are smaller, but there's got to be at least, 50 boxes here today. Here it comes. Every year we see a bigger struggle, so we're really thankful to have those amazing partnerships.
And with more on what items were donated by Spin Master, here's CTV's Luke Samard.
Tonight in the Access Storage Toy Shop, we are crafting our creativity
with some of the hottest toys on the market from Spin Master. And we're going to start with none other than the fan favorite, Paw Patrol. The Rapid Reload fire truck has thrilling lights and sound effects with a removable rescue ladder. The truck also features a launcher that holds 5 projectiles with a quick reload feature. And we cannot forget about the surprise mini rescue vehicle inside the truck, just like the show. Next, let's get prehistoric with this interactive Jurassic dinosaur toy. Hatch and train and play with over 100 sounds and reactions. Watch as your dinosaur egg cracks and splits open. Keep tapping the egg to hatch and make sure to clean up the slime after. The best part, you decide if your dinosaur is friendly or a fierce predator. Give it attention, feed it, or startle it to decide if it's a friend or foe. Have you ever wanted a pet hamster? The Bitsy hamster ball reacts to touch and movement and rolls with sounds. Feed your hamster treats, pet them, exercise them on the hamster wheel, and give them a bath. Explore and unlock more than 20 hamsters. Let's start getting our hands dirty with some cooking, but with sand. Young chefs can shape, mold, and customize their own pizzas with this kinetic sand squishy pizza. With 1 pound of sand divided into 4 colors, 2 stampers, and 3 tools, young chefs can get creative while enhancing their sensory skills. Prep, squish, and rise. Squish down your creation and watch it rise back up, making the squishy pizza an exciting play, kitchen arts, craft experience. Now all of these amazing toys from Spin Master are going to help us build that toy mountain. In the Access Stores Toy Shop, I'm Luke Simard.
And you can help build that toy mountain as well. Drop off a new unwrapped toy or gift card at the CTV station on 33 Beacon Road here in Barrie. Just place it in the toy box at the front door. If you can't make it in person, donate it online. CTV News, ctvbarrie.ca, and your click will turn into toys. You may no longer hear the bells jingle, but the Salvation Army Kettle Campaign is still going strong 135 years later. We'll let you know how you can help locally, but first, let's check in with Case in the Garden.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a winter storm warning in northern Ontario where they could see anywhere from 25 to 40 centimeters of snow, and it's moving in our direction. When it arrives, how much snow it's bringing with it. And our weather watcher, RT, says, enough. Matilda says, I still remember summer, the warm summer breeze. Oh, it was lovely. So's the snow, Matilda. You're watching CTV News Barrie.
Picture this, brought to you by Bounce 1041 and Pure Country 106.
My father's cat loves to lie by the heater, but he has got too close, and there's a little singe mark left there, but still fantastic photos. Chilly days is what our theme is all week long, so please do keep them coming. Picture this at ctv.ca. Now, Casey, you were mentioning this hat. In the 4 years I've been here, I've never seen it before, but the more I look at it, it reminds me of a collection of highlighters, although you're just missing the blue, the fluorescent blue.
Blue is in the form of snow, right? That's on the way. That's what we're going to call it. We're going to call it snow on the way. It is very fluorescent, isn't it? Yes, I was one. Yes, it's good to have out here in the parking lot garden area. It certainly is. Let's talk about what's coming our way in more ways than one. Certainly, we are looking at, there's a winter storm warning, northern Ontario making its way slowly down. Just look at the temperatures as we speak. 0 in Algonquin Park where the wild things are. Looks like 6 degrees in the sunshine city of Aurelia, 4 in Newmarket, 6 in Toronto, holding on to 7 degrees in Owen Sound right now. And if you would please introduce the almanac for today. 7 and -3. That's the high, that's the low. A record not that long ago, 2016. It's not that long ago. No. 20.5 degrees for a record high, and a long time ago, well, it's not really that long ago. It's -21.1 in 1956. Sunrise, sunset, how about 9 hours and 15 minutes of daylight? How about Adam rolls that forecast radar for us? Increasing cloud cover this evening. Yes. And there you go. Look who wanders in from the south. But We said there's a snowstorm in the north making its way. That's on the way, trust me, don't worry, I'll explain. This is the Southern Tip of Georgian Bay Lake Simcoe. Southerly flow is what we're introducing right now. Partly cloudy skies. Let me fix my teeth. 2 and 5 degrees overnight, and then for tomorrow, mainly cloudy skies, 9 degrees, and as the forecast radar just showed us, there's a pretty good chance of some rain into the afternoon. Orangeville, Bradford, Georgina, Newmarket, Richmond Hill, 2 and 1 degree, increasing cloud cover this evening. And then for tomorrow, well, a sun and cloud mix giving way to a 40% chance of some shower activity in the afternoon. 9 degrees for the high. Parry Sound, Huntsville, Bracebridge, Gravenhurst, Halliburton, 0, 2 and 4 degrees, increasing cloud cover, and a 30% chance of a shower this evening. There is for tomorrow mainly cloudy skies, highs of 7, 8, and 9, mainly cloudy, and a 40% chance of showers into the morning. So now that's tonight and tomorrow. Now time for the Diamond and Diamond Lawyers 5-day extended forecast, and a change in wind direction means, yes, the advent of a little snow. Wednesday, here we go. It takes a little while because we're still looking at rain at 10 degrees, turning to snow on Wednesday night, 1 centimeter, 5 to 10 centimeters. This is, of course, the 5-day extended forecast for Simcoe County. Snow on Thursday, 5 to 10 centimeters is what we're looking at. An additional 1 to 3 centimeters on the Friday. And highs of 1 degree both Thursday, Friday, and -3 under cloudy skies on Saturday. This is the 5-day extended forecast for York Region. Wednesday, 11 degrees for the high. We're anticipating cloudy skies, pretty good chance of some showers, turning to flurries into the evening. Thursday, Friday. Thursday, we're anticipating about 5 centimeters of snow, high of 2 degrees as the snow comes down, and then 1 centimeter of snow and a sun and cloud mix on the Friday. Looks like a high of 1, and then -1 on Saturday under cloudy skies. Muskoka, Parry Sound, Halliburton. Wednesday, rain snow mix, high of 10 degrees. In the evenings, changing to snow, 1 centimeter during the evening, and 5 centimeters of snow expected on Thursday, high of 1 degree, -1 for the high on Friday. There's a slight chance of some flurries still kicking around, and Saturday at this point looks like -3 and -5. And Sarah, just so you know, it looks like the following week, those temperatures, -3, -5, that could very well become the norm.
Well, I think we're prepared for it, thanks to you, Case, in large part, thanks to you.
Thanks.
It is a sure sign that the holiday season is upon us. The Salvation Army kettlebells, they're out, and the need is greater than ever.
Hi, Sarah. Yes, hi, Bill, Sarah.
We see more people accessing the Salvation Army, whether it be for shelter, for food, or for clothing. But we also see not only the volunteers coming out, but also people that are donating. So whether it is that change at the bottom of your pocket, or there's even a tap function now, whatever can be given, any amount always makes a big difference because, the need is higher around the holiday season.
Happy holidays. Bye.
You're not imagining things, that's me. I spent the morning volunteering, now in its 135th year. Of course, a large iron pot is no longer used to collect the donations, but the annual fundraiser is still the largest for the Salvation Army. Last year alone, 345,000 visits were made over the holiday season. From toys to food hampers, the charity is there to help. And thank you to everyone who came up and shared those kind words. A Canadian music legend will be celebrated at the Juno Awards in March.
From Blue to her latest return to the stage, Joni just continues to inspire us with her artistry. So congratulations to Joni Mitchell.
I really don't know clouds. I really don't know clouds at all.
A voice. Singer-songwriter Joni Mitchell will be recognized for her impact on music, receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award. She's the 3rd recipient of that top honor. And Nelly Furtado will be inducted into the Canadian Music Hall of Fame. The Like a Bird singer is being honored for a career of chart-topping hits, though recently she did announce that she's stepping back from live performances for the foreseeable future. So with that being said, it's still unclear if she'll perform at the ceremony. Still to come, the Raptors are heating up the court with a chance at 8 straight wins tonight against Cleveland. We'll have a preview, plus we'll recap tonight's top stories. You're watching CTV News Barrie.
Hi, we're Martin and Steph
from Bounce 104.1.
And this week on the show, we are giving away $200 gift cards to Shoppers Drug Mart.
And tickets to see Strangelove, the Depeche Mode experience.
So tune in weekdays from 5:30 to 10 o'clock on Bounce 104.1.
Recapping our top stories on this Monday, police are searching for 3 suspects who allegedly sparked trouble in Lefroy over the weekend as fires and an explosion broke out at 2 separate sites across the community. Police say the incidents involved suspected arson. A Midland-based company is working to manufacture houses using prefab walls, a design which could help address our region's affordability crisis. The building process could potentially see homes built nearly 4 times faster than current production rates. And for the first time in more than a century, the Inter-County Baseball League has taken on a new name, officially becoming the Canadian Baseball League. The professional league will have a 48-game regular season, and only 5 teams will qualify for the playoffs. Black Friday is inching closer, but many stores are already offering those big discounts. CTV's Jack Richardson has more on why companies are so eager to start pumping out deals so early.
Christmas is about a month away, and some shoppers are getting the ball rolling.
We just want to check out for some deals before Christmas.
I've done a bit, not very much.
Same here, not much at all.
Just looking now, definitely waiting till Black Friday for all the sales.
Black Friday is traditionally held on the Friday of American Thanksgiving, when retail companies offer massive discounts. But lately, stores have started offering these sales well in advance.
I feel like companies don't even do like Black Friday just on the Friday anymore. Like, I've been getting emails for the last 2 weeks about things going on sale.
Companies are adapting to consumer habits. According to a survey conducted by the Retail Council of Canada, more shoppers are relying on Black Friday deals for their holiday shopping than usual.
Almost half the people answering the poll said that they are waiting for the Black Friday to start the holiday shopping. So this is more important than ever, and it's an increasing tendency that we've seen over the years.
84% also said Black Friday was the most important time of year to shop. The Retail Council cites economic uncertainty as one reason why, which puts pressure on retailers to meet those expectations by extending the sale period.
They are looking more and more for discount and sales to start with. So that's why maybe the Black Friday is so important now.
In some cases, shoppers are even making an annual trip to North America to take advantage of Black Friday sales for their Christmas shopping.
Every year we are at Canada at this time.
This couple is from Germany.
We love roots.
Yeah,
so
roots,
we don't have this in Germany, and they have wonderful prices at this time of the year because of Black Friday.
Others are just happy to see lower prices.
It works out for me, for my broke student lifestyle.
Jack Richardson, CTV News.
Artificial intelligence is poised to become Santa's little helper this holiday season as more Canadians lean on it to get through the shopping lists. A survey from Shopify found 64% of people polled indicated they will use AI for at least one shopping task. As for Gen Z shoppers, those people between the ages of 18 and 24, that number rose to 84%. Now, we'd like you to weigh in on the topic of holiday spending. Visit our website at ctvnews.ca/Barrie to take our holiday shopping poll. We'd like to know how you plan to shop this season. Will it be in-store, online, both, or maybe we're skipping gifts this year? After a volatile week, Canada's main stock index started strong today, up more than 300 points, while U.S. stock markets also climbed higher. Let's take a look at the numbers now that we've reached the end of this Monday. The TSX was up 443 points, the Dow was up 202, and the Nasdaq was up 598. And commodities, oil was up, closing at $58.84 a barrel. Gold was up, finishing at $4,094 an ounce. Our dollar down, ending the day at 70.80 cents U.S. The red-hot Toronto Raptors are getting ready to hit the court to hopefully secure their 8th win in a row tonight. CTV's Raheem Ladani tees up the excitement with a look at what's fueling the team's winning streak.
In a hard-fought game. Some are already calling them Bench Mob 2.0. The Raptors role players showing up in big moments. 21-year-old Jacoby Walter dropped 16 points, including 4 3-pointers in Sunday's win against the Brooklyn Nets.
Bring energy to the game. No matter how the game's going, I know I'm supposed to go in and try to increase the lead however I can, whether that's defensively or offensively, knocking down shots. So I'm just always excited to get in the game and just do what I do.
He's blossoming before your eyes. It was back in 2018 when the original bench mob was crowned. It's hard to believe that second unit was made up of then unknown players like Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam. Fast forward, and this roster's bench players are stepping into the spotlight. Their head coach says players like Walter are seeing the results of their hard work pay off.
He's the guy that, usually weekly he's taking one of the guys that's taking most shots in our gym. So he's really committed to developing that part of his game.
The Raptors are tearing up the NBA right now, winning 11 of their past 12 games. Brandon Ingram, who's playing in his first season with the team, scored his 10,000th point during last night's win. The players are feeling good, and Emmanuel quickly says one of the reasons why?
Fans got us going, man. Yes, sir.
So how are Raptors fans feeling about the team's dominance so far this season?
It's been great after, that devastating Jays loss, right? So it's been great to have another tier to cheer on and be excited about.
They have good chemistry in the locker room. I think they're it's like hooping with friends. I feel like that's like the Raptors.
Go Raptors!
Optimism as the Raptors look for their 8th win in a row. Raheem Ladani, CTV News.
Speaking of keeping the streak alive, it was a record-setting weekend for this Broadway musical turned 2-part movie series. That's next on CTV Barrie. But first, here's a look at the RVH Auxiliary 50/50 Draw Tracker. Here's a look at your Monday night primetime lineup. Our CTV2 movie is 'Twas the Text Before Christmas, and it starts at 8, followed by Criminal Minds at 10 p.m. and CTV News Barrie at 11. Welcome back. The Toronto Maple Leafs will look to try and turn things around as they get set for 3 games on the road this week. Now, the team has lost 7 of their last 8 games, currently sitting in last place in their division. They'll play without a number of key players, including Austin Matthews and Anthony Stolarz. Wicked for Good is casting a spell at the box office, raking in an estimated $226 million globally already.
What have you done to me?
The musical finale now holds the record for the biggest opening ever for a Broadway adaptation. And Canada crowned a new king of the canines. Take a look at Prince, a Pekingese who strutted his stuff and took home Best in Show at the Canadian Kennel Club National Championship. That was in Mississauga over the weekend. The little guy also won the toy division and bagged a $5,000 prize. The show featured 814 dogs from across the country, representing 135 breeds. And a new world record has been shattered, bringing breathtaking to a new level. Ukrainian freediver Katerina Sidurska plunged 86 meters below the surface without fins, breaking her own world record. She did it in just 3 minutes and 32 seconds, using only 10 strokes down and 31 strokes back. All of that done, Case, on a single breath. So as I mentioned, I did some volunteering with the Kettle campaign this morning. Yes. So many wonderful viewers stopped to say hi and donate, and they had a lot to say about you.
Well, I owe a lot of people money.
All positive, I promise.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Yes, yes. Well, that's very kind. I like to hear that. And it's nice. No big surprise that our viewing public is very generous, because they're very generous in so many different ways. That's for sure. Let's talk about the Get Up and Go, Sarah. And here we go. The Get Up and Go looks like this. Well, it is at 7 o'clock in the morning. There is moments of sunshine in Barrie and in Newmarket, certainly. 2 degrees in Barrie, 1 degree in Newmarket, and it looks like Gravenhurst has predominantly cloudy skies and a high of 1 degree. And that's how the Get Up and Go looks. Sarah, have yourself a fantastic evening.
You too, Case, and thanks to everyone at home for joining us. Mike Lang will wrap up the broadcast tonight at 11. Take care.